Now, when we talk about properties, I'm going to use some math language to talk about this. I'm not going to define these in terms of words. You can put them in words, but I think it'll be easier for you guys to see this just with what's happening. Like the commutative property, A plus B is equal to B plus A. I can flip-flop those and add them in any order. I can also do that with multiplication. A times B is equal to B times A. That's the commutative property, a flip-flop. The associative property, A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. I can change which ones I add together first, move those parentheses around. Same thing happens with multiplication. A times B times C is the same as A times B times C. And sometimes we want to do this because it's easier to multiply certain numbers together first than others. The identity property. There's an additive identity, so for addition, it is any number plus 0 gives us that number. The identity is what gives us itself, so it's plus 0. For multiplication, it's not times 0, it's times 1. It's what times the number gives us itself. So it's called the additive identity is 0, and the multiplicative identity is 1. Those are just names, but identity means what gives us back what we started with. Now inverse, this is what undoes something. There's, for addition, actually the inverse gives the identity. So for addition, it's A plus negative A is 0. It's the opposite of A. It's the negative. So the inverse is the negative of the number. For the multiplicative, it's A times 1 over A equals 1. It's the reciprocal. So it's what do you take times it, times the number to get the identity? Or what do you take and add to the number to get the identity? And finally, there's the distributive property. And if I have A times B plus C, what happens here? When I distribute that A, I multiply it through to both things. So it's AB plus AC. I multiply that A through to both parts on the inside. We're going to practice with these properties, just knowing the names sometimes. It's not that you guys don't know what you're doing, but it's remembering the names of them.